Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and we are here looking at our team here. We're at kind of a couple weeks after the draft. We're just looking at how our team is doing here. We got some pretty surprising stuff here. Robinson Chirinos, first starting at catcher. He's hitting 209, 163 at bats. Jet Bandy's hitting 278 with 72 at bats. So I'm thinking about moving. I'm gonna probably give Jet Bandy a chance, a string of games where he can, earn his spot back. Eric Thames is hitting decent, 255. He hits second in the lineup, so that's okay. But Jonathan VR is our leadoff guy. He's only hitting 232 on the year. And you know what's funny is that look at his speed, 95 speed. But when he's running around the bases, it says 93, which is weird. I wonder if it's just that he's tired or it's performance based. I'm not even sure. But Travis Shaw's hitting decent, 254. He's hitting a little above what I thought he would hit. I thought he'd be hitting in the 230s, 240s, 254. Orlando Arcia. So this guy is interesting. He's hitting 156. I mean, and he has the most. He might maybe he doesn't have the most at bats, but well, no, he doesn't. But still, 192 at bats and 156 average. I mean, that's pretty bad. I'm thinking about moving him down and getting him some work in AAA or AA, probably AAA. I have an interesting prospect here, Kyle Wren, 296 average. He's a left fielder. His stats are pretty decent though. Look at him. I mean, his fielding's pretty bad, but his hitting isn't bad. It's pretty good. So that's a guy to keep an eye on. I don't know. He could get an opportunity because look at Brinson. Brinson is struggling, 216 on the year. I don't get it. Look at his stats. His stats, I mean, he's stacked on offense. Look at this. He should be smacking the ball, and he's only hitting 216. I mean, that's crazy. Jorge Soler's hitting great, 300, right where I want him to hit, in the 3-hole. He's hitting good for average. Brandon Gutierrez is still leading the NL in batting average, 364. Honestly, these two are kind of carrying us right now. And as far as pitching goes, I mean, we're doing okay. Junior Guerra's 4-4. Lance McCullers is 5-4. Josh Hader's 7-5. Zach Davies 4-3. And the funny thing about Zach Davies, the game before this, I was playing Zach Greinke and he was getting shelled. I mean, we only lost 4-0, but I mean, he gave a bunch of hits. And Zach Greinke actually threw a 2-hitter versus us. We couldn't do anything. So this game, we actually got Travis Wood on the mound. I wanted to get a game with him on the mound, and I wanted to show you guys this guy. So Harrison Musgrave is in our farm system. He's 26, but look at his stats. He's 9-1 in AAA with a .93 ERA. That is crazy. I mean, look at his pitching stats. They're not that good. I mean, he doesn't have good attributes. I mean, he doesn't have anything that's overpowering. No player quirks, nothing. But he played for Colorado last year at the major league level, and he went 7-7. I mean, it was decent. He had a 3.99 ERA. It's kind of high, but he's 9-1 in AAA. That's a guy to keep an eye on. Michael Worth, our 18-year-old lefty, he's 5-4. Geronimo Reyes 3-2. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna give a couple people some chances here. I'm even thinking about signing a free agent because if we look at the free agents here, I mean, we don't really have many good middle infield free agents to maybe give Arcia or VR a break. But outfielder, we have Curtis Granderson in the free agency, which look at his stats there. I mean, he hits really, really well. Let's see last year, but that's the thing. His average is 232. I'm looking for a guy that's going to hit a high average. I don't know who that's going to be. Maybe I might have to make another trade. I don't know. But I do need help somewhere, so we're probably going to be making that move sooner rather than later, because here in the standings, we are in second place, 5.5 games out of first. But the good thing is we're first in the NL wild card by about 3 games, it looks like. So we're on a little bit of a losing streak, but we'll see how things go over the next month or so. Let's just get into this gameplay. We got Travis Wood on the mound. I haven't played with him yet, so this is going to be interesting, but let's go. He's 2-4 on the year. Let's just see how he'll do And on the first batter he faces, gives up a home run to A.J. Pollock. What a way to start your Brewers career, with a home run, and you give it up at home. But at least he gets Trace Thompson, the former Brewer. We used to have him to strike out. But here in the bottom of the first, they're getting us down 1-2-3. But Travis Wood comes back in the second inning, and he gives up a hit to the left side to start the inning off. So the Diamondbacks got a guy on, and they're bunting him over here. And it looks like I could have thrown him at second maybe, but I decided to go to first on that. But then the next batter hits a line shot down the line. Another run is going to come in to score. I come up throwing to second, but nobody's covering second, so he gets on with a stand-up double. And the next batter gets another hit up the middle. But this is why I got Jorge Soler in center, so he can do things like that and gun people out. It's so nice to have an arm out in the center. Hernan Perez goes deep, and this is a great sighting here. We usually don't go deep with him. I'm glad to see him hitting the ball finally, and that one hit off the foul pole for his second homer of the year. The Brewers trim the lead to 1. And VR comes up and he keeps the rally going here in the third inning. He starts it out with a hit with 2 outs. Thames comes up next and right back to the same spot. Guys on first and second with Jorge Soler. And he strikes out swinging on that curveball. That curveball was getting me all game because of his delivery, the way it comes out of his hand. It just drops off on you. It looks like it's coming right over the middle. And here, that one came right over the middle, and that one just missed a home run. And Franklin Gutierrez leading the NL in batting average. He slides in safe for a double. And we got a guy on second with no outs here. So Jet Bandy pops up to right field. I just wanted him to get some contact. This is what I wanted him to do, just to get a ground ball to the right side. But Lewis Brinson does it, and Travis Shaw pops up to left field. That one's not deep enough. So here in the 6th inning, Jorge Soler gets a hanger over the middle. He hits a hard liner to the center fielder. Franklin Gutierrez once again tries to get a little power on that one, but ends up being just a ground out to third. And Travis Shaw comes up in the 7th, hits a deep fly ball. This game was all about getting a guy on second base, and we just can't bring him in. So they had to bring in a new pitcher, Randall Delgado. He's taken over for the starter, and he gets Hernan Perez a strikeout. And Garrett Cooper, the pinch hitter, pops out to right. We cannot get anything going with a guy in scoring position with either no outs or 1 out. And here VR is continuing to struggle, even though he had that hit earlier. Thames can't do anything. He's grounding out to the catcher. And we're on to the 8th. And Soler walks. Franklin Gutierrez. Look at how deep they're playing him. So I'm advancing to third with Soler on that one. So we got guys in scoring position again with Jet Bandy coming up. And he gets a cutter right down the middle. And he grounds out. Man, every time. So they bring in J.J. Hoover, their closer, and Lewis Brinson strikes out swinging on a pitch in the dirt. Travis Shaw, he stays hot this game. He's one of the few guys who was hitting the ball this game. Hernan Perez strikes out on an outside slider. That outside slider used to get me all the time. And Keon Broxton, I actually have him playing this game. So they had to bring in TJ McFarland, a lefty out of the bullpen, to face VR. And VR just hits a dribbler right back to him to end the game. The Brewers cannot beat the Diamondbacks here. 6 hits, and they win it 2-1. Hit subscribe. I'm going to need to make some moves here. I need to do something on offense. We going to see. Peace. We'll see you next episode.